channel. I am Walter, and in this video, we are tackling test 1 previous papers for chapter 2 state. So I'll be focusing on chapter 2. I will be doing a revision for chapter 2. Right, let's get into it. Let's see. Here with me, I have test 1 2025. Test 2025. Let's quickly do this. This is 2025. So I'll be focusing on the questions that are based on chapter 2. Chapter 2 questions, because I realized that there are students who are still struggling or need assistance with chapter 2, because chapter 1, it's only theory. So you must make sure that you understand the basics for chapter 1. Once you understand the theory questions, then you're good to go. Let's see. It starts where? Focus on the theory part and also the calculations, but for chapter 2. So question 6. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to choose this one. Okay, put it like this. Question 6. The introduction for chapter 2. It's on my YouTube channel. Please go and check it out. Chapter 2, Sttn 311 and Sttn 122. Chapter 2. That's the introduction video where I was discussing the theory questions, how to do simple random sampling, the stratified random sampling, Kyoto sampling, convenience, and so on. Okay, let's look at question 6. This is question 6. Just this one. This is question 6. Looking at question 6, they say you are approached by a person in the street who asks you to participate in a study on a life insurance by answering several questions. Okay, interesting part. By answering several questions. Okay, let's check now. So they say that the sampling method which has been used to select you, they used which sampling method? They want to know which sampling method did they use to select you. So we need to check the statement again. So they say that you are approached by who? You are approached by a person in the what? In the street. So this is our keyword. You are approached by a person in the street. Who does what? Who asks you to participate in what? You to participate in a study on life insurance. In a study on life insurance. So if you check in a study of life insurance. So if you check here by answering several questions. So you're approached by a person in the street who asks you to participate in a study on life insurance by doing what? By answering several questions. So they want to know the sampling methods. They want to know the sampling methods which has been used to select you. Let's check. If you look at this question, is it going to be a simple random sampling? You need to ask yourself. You can't just choose, you'd be like, no, I think the answer is A. I think the answer is B. I think the answer is C. No, it doesn't look like that. When we are dealing with statistics, it doesn't look like that. So you must make sure that the answer that you are going to choose, you understand it. So let's see. Let's start with the simple random sampling. A simple random sampling, because a simple random sampling, remember, it is obtained if now each element in the population, not already in the sample, it has an equal chance of being what? Of being taken. Has an equal chance of being taken into what? Into the sample on the next row. But when you look at this question, the question is, when you look at the question and you look at the way the simple random sampling is, you will see that the answer won't be A, because we don't have an equal chance of like the sample being taken. You see, so that's why they say that it is obtained if each element in the population, not already in the sample, it has an equal chance of being taken. So it cannot be the simple random sampling. So this is out. Okay, Then what about the cuter sampling? What about this one, the cuter sampling? So when you are dealing with the theory questions under chapter 2, you need to understand the definitions behind this whole thing. You need to understand the definitions. So, okay, when I'm dealing with the cluster sampling, when I'm dealing with the convenience, when you get the scenario, this is how I will see that the answer will be this one. So it's like that. So, okay, let's look at the one for the cuter sampling. With this one, the cuter sampling, it means that now the population will be divided into, they divide the population into segments. And it's going to like dealing with the cuter elements from each segment that is included in the sample. But when you look at this one, you are approached by a person in the street. That person wants you to ask you to participate in a study on lifetime insurances by answering several questions. You see, so you can see that this one, it cannot be under the cuter sampling, like I explained. So this one, okay. Also, it cannot be under the probability sampling. Out. What about the stratified random sampling? Remember, you need to understand definitions behind the stratified random sampling. What about the classified, the stratified random sampling? The stratified random sampling, with the stratified random sampling, it's when now the population is divided into what? Into a number of the groups, or we're talking about the strata, meaning the elements, they are randomly selected from each group. But we don't have the groups, because the person you're approached by that person in the street, and the person asks you to participate in a study on life insurances by answering several questions. So it's going to be under this one. Then now let's look at the convenience. So you see, it's going to be under the convenience. So the answer will be convenience sampling. The answer for this question, it will be convenience sampling. So make sure that you understand the theory or the definitions behind this, the types of the samplings. So make sure that you do that. Make sure that you understand that. So, and the reason why this is the convenience, the answer is convenience sampling, is because of this. Remember, a sampling is convenient when the researcher is convenient for the research that is taken. Or let me just say, to give you guys an example, and I think the example, I think it's from the slides, or maybe from chapter 2. The example, you can say that a survey of hostel residents in the hostel that the student lives in, they can also give an example of that. So meaning a sample which is convenient for the research, which that research is taken, and does not necessarily represent the population. So now, when you look at this question, you're going to participate in a study on life insurance by answering several questions. So it does not necessarily represent what? The population. That's the reason why it's going to be under the convenience sampling. Okay, this one. So question 6 done. Question 7. Question 7. Let's see. When every member of the population has an equal chance, I think I talked about this, and let me just quickly do this. Just gonna do this. Look at this. It's very important to make sure that you read the question and understand the question. When every member of the population has an equal chance of being selected to do what? To participate in a study. Already you can see that this is the simple random sampling. When you an equal chance, has an equal chance of being selected to participate. That's what we call a simple random sampling. All right, yeah. Then question 8. Let's look at this one. Oh no, just do this. Try to do it like this. Okay, just all right. Question 8. Let's see. It is as follows: a truly random sample of the general population of a town will be obtained by doing what? Look at this. A truly random sample. I hope you all know what a sample is. Of the general population of a town will be obtained by doing what? Let's check A. By selecting every 20th individual on a list of patients registered at a specific general practitioner. That one. Can, can, can we obtain a truly random sample of the general population by just selecting every 20th individual on a list of registered, patient registered at a specific general practitioner? Can you do that? No, we can't. Can we, can we obtain by selecting every individual with a surname beginning with the letter R? Can we obtain a truly random sample by doing that? No, we can't. By selecting an individual from every fourth house on a specific street, nah, it doesn't even make sense. By closing your eyes and picking random individuals from telephone tag, even that one is out. By allocating everyone in the town a unique number. Look at this. By allocating everyone in the town a unique number and using a computer to randomly generate the numbers. The computer will generate the random numbers of the individuals. For which one? For selections. So I think by doing that, we can obtain a truly random sample of the general population by allocating everyone in the town a unique number. After that, then we use a computer to do what? To randomly generate the numbers of the individual. For what? For a selection. So I think which will be E. Should be E. Let's just do this. Question 8 done. Let's look at question 9. Remember, I'll be focusing on, for now, on chapter 2. Chapter 2 questions. The revision. 2025 question paper. Let's look at question 9. Which is as follows. A sample of size 6. So N is equal to 6. N is equal to 6. Is to be chosen randomly without replacement from a population of 57. From a population of 57. From a population of 57. 57. Okay, 57 individuals numbered 1 to 57. Now, you must use the following extract of random numbers to choose a random sample of 6 individuals. Now, you start at the top row. You now at the top row. The top row, you read from left to right. You read from left to going right. Okay, let's see. We have 57 as a population. It's 1 to 2 digits. It's what you do. Now it says that the number of the 6 chosen individuals are, we're going to choose 6 numbers. Let's check. So the population is equal to 57. We are going to check on the given random numbers. We are going to check a number that is below the population. If you see that you have a number that is greater than the population, you're not going to take it as the 6 chosen individuals because it's greater than the population. I hope you all understand that. Okay, let's see. We have 12 because remember it's 57. Is 12 above 57? No. So it means that our random number, let's do this. This is what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to use a different color, but it's fine. Okay, 12, it's number 1, but okay, let me just do this. Let me use this one. Okay, 12. Just use this one. Okay. I need to cover only 12. Okay, 12. That's number 1. 65. 65 is above 57. It's out. 16. Even 60, it's below 57. 16 again. Remember, without replacement. It's out. 46. 46 is we're going to take 46. And then 11, we're also going to take 11 because it's below 57. 76 is above 57, 97 above 57, 51, it's below 57. This one, 91, and also 09, it's below 57. Here, we just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to check here on the options 12, 16, 12, 16, 46, 11, 51, 11, 51, and 9. That will be option C. You get roughly 2 marks. So 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks each. So yeah, that's how you answer the question that are based on the simple random sampling, random numbers. Question 9, done. Now question 10. Let's see. Okay, let's just follow. A study is to be conducted on all first-year students of the faculties Natural and Agricultural Sciences, Humanities Education at NW Potchefstroom campus. So the number of registered students and the 3 faculties are as follow. Okay, let's check. When you look at this question, what do you think? Look at this. A keyword, a proportional stratified sample. So meaning you are dealing with a stratified random sampling. So go deal ka di stratified random sampling. You need to understand gore o deal ka di stratum size, o deal ka di group, ka di strated groups. So we have a faculty of Natural and Agricultural Science, Humanities, Education. So now look at this. We see with the statistics, it's about analyzing the data. You don't just, I know that it's multiple choice. You don't just choose that the answer is A. Well, maybe you don't even understand why you are saying that the answer is. You must make sure that you understand the question. So this is what you do. You see here what I was doing here. I was busy analyzing the question. This is what you do. Same applies to this one. We're also going to do the same. Analyze the question. Then now look at the question. Okay, I am now on this question. I am given this, and I'm required to find this. But how do I find this? Because I don't have this. Look at this. The question is, what are these numbers? The number of students. What do we call these numbers? Because you need to understand. Okay, I know that I'm dealing with the stratified random sampling. But when I look at the number of the students under natural and agricultural sciences, what is this 800? Look at this. Let me show you something. The formula for stratified random sampling. This is the formula. The small letter n, that is the sample size. That's the proportional stratified sample size. That's small letter n. Then the capital letter N, that is the population size. The capital letter N. Okay. Then capital letter NI, this one, we call it the population stratum size of each stratum. This one here. This one, that is the sample size of each stratum. Let's go to the question again. Where is it? So this one. So meaning, when you look at this question, for natural and agricultural science, that will be capital letter. Maybe I can say N. The population size of the stratum for FNAS, for this faculty. Then the same applies to this one, capital letter N, maybe I can say H. And then this one, capital letter N, and maybe I can put E. So this is whole thing, it's the population size of the stratum of the FNAS Humanities Education. Now look at this, okay? You got this, okay? Now, the proportional stratified random sample of size, 120. So this 120, it's the value of N. So the value of n is equal to 120. 120. Okay. The question is, do we have or do we know the population? How can we get the population? The population size by adding 800, 1.2, 1000. 800, 1.2, 1000. Okay, let's do it. So now we're going to say 800 plus 1200 plus 1000 should give us 3000. So the population is equal to 3000. 3000. Okay. So let's look at the question. Now we have the sample size, the population size. Okay, it's to be taken. How many students should be included in the sample from each of the respective faculties? Now, here, they want us to find the sample size of each stratum, which we can call it Ni. They want us to find this from each stratum. Which formula we're going to use? Just showed you guys the formula. This is the formula that we are going to use. Ni is equal to capital letter Ni divided by capital letter N multiplied by N. So it's something like this. This one here, I can write it here. Ni is equal to capital letter Ni divided by capital letter N and then multiply by N. So we can start with FNAS for this one, natural and agricultural science. Okay, you just say NAS. Okay, start with this one. Already you have there this one, capital letter I, it's 800. So it's going to be 800, and then divide by what? What is the population? 3000. 3000, and then multiply by, what is the N? It's 120. 120, and then we are looking for N, NN. I can just say this one is NI for FNAS. And then we check the answer. Let me just do that on the calculator. See. So it's 800 divided by 3000 and multiply by 120, which the answer, I got 32. Is the answer 32. Let's check. Do we have 32 here? No. 32, we have it here and here. The answer, it means that the answer is between B and D. Okay, let's go and find the one for humanities. For humanities, let me space, but I'll just use it here. Then for humanities, and then the N for H for humanities is equal to what? Let's check. So it's capital letter Ni, which is 1200. So it's going to be 1000. Just do this. 1200. Let's do this. 1200. We divide it by what? By the total, which is 3000. 3000, and multiply by what? By 120. And then we check the answer. Okay, just do that on the calculator. 1200, which I got 48. 48. So let's check again. There's also 48 between B and D. 48. Okay. Now let's find the one for education. For education, it's NE, which is equal to, what is capital letter Ni? The population stratum size for education is 1000. So it's 1000 divided by 3000. So 3000 multiply by the sample size, which is equal to 120. Then the answer, just do this, which I got 40. Now let's see. We got 40. So we see, remember, it has to be in a grouped form. So for FNAS, we got 32. For humanities, we got 48. And then for education, we got 40. So the answer is option B. So now, how do you see, or how do you see that your sample size for each stratum, sample sizes for each stratum are correct? You're going to say the N, which is the sample, is equal to, you add this. So it's 48 plus 40, you add your sample, stratum sample sizes plus even 32, and you check if you will get 120. Yeah, you'll see that you'll get 120 here. Then yeah, get 120 here. It is 120. So that's how you solve the questions that are based on the simple random sampling, the stratified random sampling. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was 2025 question paper, chapter 2. Yeah. Let me know in the comment section that if you guys have any questions or any comment. Okay, now let's go to 2024. 2024, chapter 2. 2024, chapter 2. I will only focus on the calculations because I realized that students, most of them, they don't have a problem with the theory questions. They have a problem with the calculations. Let's see. This one is also chapter 2. Also focus on the theory questions. Do this. So I'll focus on question 7. Let's see. Just do this. And put it here. Okay, let's look at this one. Just this one. Okay, let's look at this one. Suppose you are investigating a population of 1,360 bags of potatoes, and you need to draw a sample of 20 bags, that will be small letter N, in a random manner without replacement for quality control study. Now, suppose further that you have indexed the bags by assigning a unique number from 1 to 1,360 to each of them. Now you must use the following extract of random numbers to determine the index of the fourth selected bag. The fourth, this is very important. You must start at the top row. Read from left to right. Okay, let's see. We're going to check the random numbers that are below 1,360. So it's 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,356. Is it greater than 1,360? This is 1,360. This is 1,356. So this is number 1. 1. And now 0,401, which is less than this one. Here, 0,401. 3,246, it's greater than. 3,246 greater than out. 4,638 out. 0,769, that's 769. Number 3. 1,317, 1,317. That's number 4 here. They said they want what? The fourth selected bag. So it's 1,317. Here it is. Option C. Right. Option C. And what's the other question? C. Option C. So yeah, you see, it's interesting. It's easy, that one. So it's easy to solve those kind of questions. It's easy to solve them. It's interesting. Okay, now let's look at this one here. Question 8. It says a quality control study is carried out on the lifetime. Okay, let's see. On the lifetime of light bulbs. Now, the light bulbs in the warehouse, it can be divided into strata as follows. Okay, as follows. So we have the type of bulb. It's energy saving LED UV. Okay. Then we also have the quantity in population. So now this is the capital letter N for energy. And this one already is N2. So you can call this one N1. So you can, this one you can call it N1. And this one you can call it N2. Let me just do this. Just do this. N1. Let me just write this one N1. N1. And the other one it's N2. N2, this is N3. N3. Like this. N3. So now N1 is 530. I mean 513. We don't have N2. N3 is 1234. The question is, how do we get N? Because once we can be able to get N, this population, it's going to be easy for us to get this. But let's look at the question. A proportional stratified random sample of size 100 is required. So small letter N is equal to 100. 100, okay, is required so that 4% of the population is included. Look at this. Is included in total. Calculate the value of N2. Remember what I said? Once you get the N, it's going to be easy for us to get N3. Because remember, for us to get the N, this total, we are going to add 513 with this one and this one. Then we get the population. But the question is, how do we get the population if we don't have the population's stratum size of LED, the quantity in population, which is N2? Because we are required to find N2, but we don't have N. So those are the kind of questions that you need to ask yourself when you are dealing with, when you are a student who's doing statistics. You don't just pick the answer and be like, no, I think the answer will be B. The answer will be D. No, we don't do that. If you want to make sure that you want to get good marks with statistics, use this procedure or the method I'm going to give you guys, the one that I'm currently now explaining. So that's what you do. Remember this, so that 4% of the population is included. Remember, small letter N is 100. They took the sample size from the population, which is 100. So this is what you do. Now we are going to say, what they're trying to say is that, like this, 100 here of the sample, which is equal to the 4%, which is equal to the 4% of the population. It's something like this. So now it's equal to 100, which is equal to what? Which is equal to 4% is 0.04. 0.04, because they said 4% of the population is included, multiplied by N. Now we are looking for capital letter N. And how do you get capital letter N? Capital letter N is equal to, because you're going to divide both sides by 0.04. Both sides by 0.04. Let me just do this. Okay. By 0.04. This. And then even this side 0.04. Like this. So that you can cancel out 0.04 this side, and then you'll be left with N. And then on the other side, going to be 100 divided by 0.04. So now 100 divided by 0.04, you will get 2,500. 2,500. And when you check, 2,500 is there on the options. Are you going to take it? No, because that 2,500 is what? The total population. Once you get this 2,500, we're going to say now the population is equal to the population stratum size of energy saving plus the population stratum size of LED plus the population size of the UV. And now, let's do this. Do this, something like this. Now, the population is 2,500. 2,500, which is equal to what? is equal to, what is N1? That's 513, 513. Do we have N2? No, we are looking for N2. N2, and then plus, do we have N3? Yes, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we can solve N2. So now, to solve N2, it means now 2,500 is equal to, you're going to add 513 with 513 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 will give you N2 plus 1747, like this. Therefore, N2 now will be equal to what? 2,500 minus 1747. So now 2,500 minus 1747. That will give us 753. So that will be N2. So N2 is equal to 753. Like this. It will be option E. This one here. So that's how you solve the question that are based on the stratified random sampling. Yeah, let me know in the comment section if you guys have any questions. You type on them, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos about Sttn 3.1. The aim is to make sure that the student understand and apply the knowledge in the exam and also in the tests. So yeah, statistics. Remember, statistics is enjoyable and engaging. Sharp.